Hi, it's Nikki, the creator of Nicki's Homemade Crafts. Today I would like to teach you how to make a crochet portrait or a Graphgan or a pixel graph, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much something where you see a picture appear and you change colors in order to make the picture appear. Now, in this case, I'm only using single crochet. That means for one square or one pixel, it equals one single crochet. Now you can do this using corner to corner, but it would make it much larger. So if you have a lot of detail and you don't want the, let's say it's a blanket or so, or a wall hang, then you don't want a corner to corner, because then it just gets too big. Okay, so anyway, so let's get started. So just to explain real quick, I used two different colors, yellow and red. And I have already made the very first row because I think it's very easy and most people know how to do one color in single crochet. We're going to start now row 2. We're doing 3 in yellow, 1 in red, 3 in yellow. Okay, very easy and straightforward. So here's my first row. I have a chain of 1 and turn. I do 1 single crochet in yellow, 2 single crochets in yellow, and now number 3, but I'm not going to finish this in the same color because I want a smooth transition. So I'm going to start it with the color that comes next. So you always finish your single crochet with the color that comes next. Okay, so here I have to make a red one. Okay, so I have a red single crochet right there, but my next one is yellow, so I have to finish it with yellow. Like that. Do you see that it's a nice transition? Okay, I'm going to drop my red. I'm going to ignore it because I'm going to pick it up later again. And I finish it up with doing 3 yellows, as my graph calls for. Okay, so that is row 2, just like you see it right there. Now all my even numbers is going to be, I'm going to write it down. The even is, I'm going to call it the pretty side, and the odd, I'm going to call the, I don't know, just say ugly side. Okay, that's the side you don't want to look at, pretty much. So that's where all my yarn is hanging. Okay, so now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to work on the ugly side. But I'll teach you how to do it so that the pretty side stays pretty. Okay, so now we're on row 3. We're working our way that way. So we have 2 yellows, and then we have 3 red and 2 yellows. So let's do that. Okay, so you have, did I do a chain? No, I forgot a chain. Here's 1 yellow, 2nd yellow, but remember I want to finish it with red, but I don't want this piece of yarn to hang over onto the pretty side. So what I'm going to do is I take this out. I'm going to put that yarn on this side like that, and I'm going to drop it to the ugly side. You see that right there? And you don't see it on the pretty side. And now I'm going to pick up my red right there and finish that one up. And now I'm going to do 3 red, and again I need to finish it with yellow because my next stitch is yellow, but I don't want to see that, so I'm going to bring it over to this side, just like that. And now you're going to pick up yellow again. Now you could start, if you have a bigger piece, just start a new yellow, all right, and then leave the other yellow over there. For the small piece, I'm just going to pull it over, okay, and do that. And then I'll finish it with 2 yellows. Like that. Chain 1 and turn. So do you see, that is definitely the pretty side. So you have here the ugly side and here the pretty side. So let's work on the pretty side again, because we're now on row 4. We're working our way that way. Okay, so you have 1 yellow, 5 red, and 1 yellow. Okay, so I chained 1. I have 1 yellow, but I'm going to finish it with red. So drop the yellow, pick up the red, and finish it. Now you're going to do 5 red, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but you're finishing it with yellow. So just pick it up, or whatever yellow you have in that row over there. And then you do one more yellow right there. Chain 1 and turn. So in my case, I have these lines. You can prevent doing that when you have one yellow ball of yarn on this side and one on that side, then you won't see those strings. Just ignore that for right now, because the only reason I'm doing this is because I have a teeny tiny piece and I didn't want to start a new one. But you know, you start a new one how you always do, okay? So let's work on row 5 right there. It's actually the exact same thing again. So we have one yellow on this side, one yellow on that side, and 5 in between. Okay, so let's do just that. So we have one yellow, and remember, this is the ugly side, so we need to bring that yarn over to the ugly side, like that, and drop it. And now I'm going to pick up my red and finish that stitch with red. Okay, and now I'm going to do 5 red, and 5. I'm going to bring that yarn back over to the ugly side and drop it and pick up yellow. Okay, and finish it with one more yellow stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Now we have one yellow, 2 red, one yellow, 2 red, and a yellow. Okay, obviously it's this direction. I just counted. It's the same way because it's a mirror picture. So we're going in this direction, just like the arrow points. This is row 6. Okay, so we do one yellow, but we're finishing it with red. So we're picking up the red. We do 2 in red, finishing the second red with yellow. We do another yellow, finishing it with red. We have 2 more reds, but we finish it with yellow, and one more yellow. Okay, chain 1 and turn. Let's work on the very last one, which is all yellow. So I just do exactly that, just like it calls for. And one more, and turn. Okay, so now you can see that I created a heart. I used my different colors in order to create a, in this case it's a pixel graph or a Graphgan, whatever. Graphgan is actually a really, really big one, but you know, it's a teeny tiny version for a doll, I guess. Anyways, this is just for demonstration purposes on how to change the colors and how to apply it from a Graphgan or a pixel that you created right here. So just to remind you guys real quick again, is that you have a pretty side and an ugly side unless you figure out a way to have multiple balls of yarn where you hide the yarn on the ugly side. What some people do is they don't want to get into having so much yarn to weave in, so they just cover it up with another piece, whether it's a crochet piece or, you know, a fabric piece or so. They kind of hide it up, so you have only one side that is the pretty side. And that's where the picture or the portrait shows. So, and then remember that one square or pixel is one single crochet, and then you always finish the single crochet with whatever comes next, whatever color. Okay, so here's red, but I finish it with yellow because that comes next. So if you keep that in mind, then you have the picture appear very nicely and it looks pretty in the end. Anyway, so I hope this video was much easier and to see than my previous one. I will keep my previous one up in case you prefer that one. And thank you for watching. I hope you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time. Bye.